Hello and welcome, my name is Zakam, aka Miznian, aka Joseph. I wanted to do something different, and something I've been wanting to do for a long time, which is highlighting really cool and interesting things that people have been doing around the internet, either they give it away for free or incredibly cheaply. I'm not really sure what to call this yet, but I might as well start now, so the first thing that I would like to highlight is a free flash game called Pause Ahead by ASCIIsoft. Pause Ahead may seem like your standard indie platformer, with its pixelated art style, chiptune music, dark grimy tones, and somewhat vague storyline. But with most good games, it brings its own unique take to the genre. And that is the power to pause. At first, it plays like any other platformer. You can run, you can jump, you're timed during levels, and the first few levels are your standard platforming fare. But then you get to a point where the game tells you to pause, and when you do, you keep your momentum that you had before you paused, and you're able to go through things that would normally kill you. It also pauses the timer, and on the replay, it doesn't show the times that you paused, only the times that you had in real time, which is really interesting to watch. With this addition to gameplay, the game quickly turns up the difficulty and genre, going from a platformer to more of a puzzle platformer, trying to figure out how to use your power to get through the levels, whilst also needing the dexterity to pull off the tricky momentum aspects and timing. And it gets very, very tricky when you're put in almost no-win situations such as this level. The story is like a lot of indie platformers I've played, which isn't a bad thing, seeing as there's only so much you can do with such a driven game style, but it's not spectacular. You start off not really knowing who you are, and you question the world around you. Later on, an entity starts talking to you in cryptic language, hinting at meta subjects like who is in control and whatnot. In my opinion, the story isn't the strongest part of the game, but it's short enough so it doesn't drag on, and still interesting enough for me to find out what's going on. It also allows the creators some creative leniencies to how they make their levels, which has a very made feel about them. Due to spoilers, I'm not going to explain further. You have to go play the game for yourself. Now on to the art style. It does what most indie pixel games strive for, having an interesting and detailed world, whilst also keeping an undoubtedly pixelated platformer look. The cracked and dirty TV monitor that you look through, the overgrown, damp caves that you navigate through, and your somewhat bright character contrasting against it all adds to the experience. And when I first played this game, it took me about 20 minutes or so to complete, with me dying about 100 to 120 times. For you it may take longer, may take shorter depending on how stuck you get on some of the levels. This may seem short, but it works for the story and works for the flow of the levels, climaxing in one of the most unique twists to a somewhat standard end boss fight, adding new and difficult features that nearly made me rage. Overall, this is an incredibly fun and interesting game to play, and it even has a speedrun mode for all you speedrunners out there. I don't really have a rating system right now, so I guess I'll go with high recommendation. This game can be found on the ASCIIsoft website or on Newgrounds. Link will be in the description. Well, I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Please let me know what you think of it and what I could do better. Or even better yet, tell me about some of the really cool stuff that you found on the internet. I'm always looking for people that need more attention. So, thank you and goodbye.